welcome back everybody. Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Please go ahead and subscribe, like the video, even though you haven't seen it already, and comment down below what you'd like to see in the future videos. So today we're gonna talk about how to get good credit. So right now, those people that are 18 years old and older and do not have a credit card, please pause this video and go apply for a credit card right now. Don't worry, we'll wait for you guys. Alright, hopefully you guys are back now and applied for your new credit card, and now you have begun your road to an 800 credit score. Alright, so we're gonna start right off. So number one, don't miss a payment. So missing a payment is a very big deal, being that it makes up a big chunk of what your credit report is. So when they go to average out your on-time payments, they take your on-time payments and divide it over your total amount of payments, and now that's how they get their percentage. So for example, if you've had a card and had a balance for 12 months and you miss one payment, your on-time payment percentage becomes 91.6%, which is bad. But let's go ahead and think in the future and say that you have five credit cards for a total of 5 years and maintain a balance on each one for 12 months. You would have 300 total payments, and then let's say you've missed one payment, so your on-time payments become 299. Your percentage now is 99.6%. So you're still in the green at that point. So this is why later on in the video you'll see some of the tips are to not cancel to keep cards and apply for credits. So number two, credit utilization. So credit utilization is basically the amount of credit you're using at a single time. So if you have a credit card that is $10,000 and you have $1,000 of use on it, your utilization is 10%, and that's how you want it, nothing more than 10%. So when you go over 10%, that's when you start getting into the yellow zones, and then later on into the red zones, because they see that you're using a lot of credit and they want to see like, why are you using so much credit? Like, are you having financial troubles right now and stuff like that? So number three, having a large credit line. So having a large credit line can boost your credit utilization from 10%. So let's say like originally you had a card of $10,000, you wouldn't want to pass $1,000 on your credit utilization. But let's say you have a second card for $10,000 also. Now your credit line has boosted up to $20,000. So now your credit utilization of 10% is $2,000. So this would also go into number four, which is having multiple credit cards. So having multiple credit cards, you don't want to apply for credit cards all at once. You want to do it over time, but this plays a big part into credit line, because that's how you're able to boost your credit line, other than calling your bank up and saying, hey, can I get a larger credit line? I did that just a few months ago. I boosted my credit line up. So it doesn't take much. All you do is just call the bank up and be like, hey, can I get a larger credit line? And then they'll run it through and then see, yes, you'll get this much, or no, you're not able to. But this doesn't mean like, hey, I just applied for a card, it's only $4,000. Hey, I'm gonna call and be like, hey, can I get my credit line boosted to $10,000? This means, 6 to 12 months, once you've built a rapport with the company, now you could call and ask for a larger credit line, and now you've built your history over those 6 to 12 months, and you're able to apply for a larger credit line. So number five, for first time applying for a credit card, you may want to try to get a secured credit card. This also applies if you have bad credit. You could try to apply for a secured credit card, which means you're giving the bank the money, and that's your credit line. So if I go, I know Discover has a secured card. So if you go and give Discover $10,000, that's your credit line. But then you also want to keep in fact the tip number two, which was the credit utilization. You don't want to go over 10%. So once you do that and you start building that credit, you can move on to an unsecured credit card and now build your credit also. So number six, try not to carry a balance over when you're when you use a credit card. So when you use a credit card, you want to try to pay it all off in that month before it moves on to the next month. So the only time that it's not so bad to carry over a balance would be on new credit cards when you have a 0% interest rate for those 12 to 15 months. Let's say you go and you're trying to do a big purchase, and you just got a new credit card a month or so ago, and let's say you need to buy a new bed or something like that, and your line of credit would be let's say $10,000 and the bed's $20,000. So you put it on the credit card, but you know that you don't have the complete $2,000 to pay it that month, but you know you'll be able to pay it a month or two in the future. You can go ahead and put it onto that card because you have that 0% interest rate. So with that, also try to keep in mind that you want to keep your utilization under 10%. So let's say on that same $10,000 credit card and that $2,000 bed, you wanna maybe pay the $1,000 you have in cash, and then put the $1,000 on that credit card. So number 7, use your cards. So a lot of people get credit cards and only use it for major purchases. Use your credit cards when you go grocery shopping and stuff like that, because it's gonna build your credit regardless. And you already have that money allocated for your groceries, hopefully, if you're making a budget. Hey, drop a comment down below if that should be the next video on how to make a budget or how to make an effective budget. So going back to the tips, use it for everyday use. You know, like if you go to the grocery store and you're buying groceries, use it for that. But that doesn't mean go over what you would normally spend, because then now you're gonna overspend, and then now you're not gonna be able to make that payment completely. Number 8, hard inquiries. So hard inquiries are when you apply for new credit. So for hard inquiries, they last 2 years on your credit report, and then they're gone. There's clean slate. So this is when I was talking about you don't want to apply for so much credit at a single time, because then it goes hard inquiry, hard inquiry, hard inquiry, and then those build up, and then that's when they're like, okay, why do you need so much credit at such a short period of time, So for me, within this year, I've applied for 2 credit cards, but they've been in about a 4 to 6 month period between the cards, and then I may apply for a new credit card in the future, about like maybe 6 to 8 months in the future. I'll apply for another credit card, and I'll be at 4 credit cards overall. My goal right now is just to hit 5 credit cards, and then that's it, and then just let it grow over time, which rolls us right into the next tip, number 9. Age of accounts. So age of accounts is basically that, just how old your accounts are. So with that, you just want to make sure that you keep your accounts open and just let it run its course. So it goes back to number 1 when we were talking about late payments. That person that had the 5 cards for the 5 years and maintained those balances for each one, a balance for each month, that person had 300 total payments, compared to somebody, let's say, that has 1 card for the 5 years, and maintain a balance for each month, that would only be 60 total payments. So you see where it goes into, like, this is why you should have more credit cards. That way they build over time. So thank you guys for watching the video. Please comment down below what you guys want to see next. Please like the video, and go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Thank you so much. See you on the next one.